clouds of smoke. What's happening? Another wonderful day in the neighborhood. First and foremost, all praise to the Most High Yahuwah and the Son Yahushua. Without them, I am nothing. I'm just a vessel that they work and speak through. You know, I just here kicking the ball while we cold, nigga. Looking at the world, man. It's crazy out here, man. You know, everybody's still talking about that Charlie Kirk shit. And I was listening to something earlier, and it really made it make sense. It's all been a play on freedom of speech the whole time. In the last administration, the agenda was the transgender agenda. If you said certain things against them, or you told them they couldn't do certain things, then you was penalized. You couldn't speak out against them. That's what freedom of speech. You couldn't speak out against them. If they consider themselves a he, you can call them a she. If you consider yourself a she, you can call them a he, which is freedom of speech, because it's part of freedom of speech. If it wasn't part of it, it's all the same. Like the N word, the B word, you can use those freely. So him, her, his, it should be freely, especially when it's the truth. But the last administration tried to force us to lie and not say our eyes seen what our eyes were seeing. Let them be in a bathroom, let all kind of weird shit was happening. But it was all based off stopping people from seeing and speaking their feelings, how they want to speak their feelings. That's a totalitarian move. That's a dictatorship move. Now, this brings us to the Second Amendment. This is really what our Second Amendment rights is about. It's about standing up against a tyrannical government. That's what it was all about. So the citizens of America could be able to protect themselves from a tyrannical government. Let's say a government decided to say send national guards in the cities, and the people didn't deem it was necessary or didn't agree with it. That's whenever the Second Amendment is rightful. What if they, you know what I'm saying, force you to take certain medications, like the jab? That could be considered tyrannical. What if they said you no longer have freedom of speech? Ladies and gentlemen, that's tyrannical. You know, I'm not monetized, but I don't want to get flagged, so I'm just gonna use code names. But this sound real Adolf Hitlerish. And you know my views on Adolf Hitler, they not like everybody else's. Yet the picture that was painted for us by these people, it looked like that same picture is being painted again. Yet this time, it's really paint there. We ain't putting paint where it ain't. It's really happening. You have a ruler who says, you piss me off, I'm gonna send these people over there and clean you up. That's tyrannical. You're supposed to be the leader of the free world. Therefore, you're supposed to lead the people with compassion. These are supposed to be your people. Yet, instead of finding peaceful resolutions to situations, you act with force. Yet, if these same citizens reply with force, they wrong. Or are they? Or are they executing their Second Amendment right in a correct manner against a tyrannical government? You know, salute to my loved ones, because I got loved ones to see what I'm doing and see what I'm speaking and realize that it's dangerous in what I say, because they know somebody listening. You know, they warn me out of love, like, you know what I'm saying, be careful, because, you know, you stand on truth, and they don't like that. I could care less. But I appreciate the love, and I appreciate the concern, because I know what you say is true, because I done experienced some crazy shit just by shit I done said on Facebook and shit I done said on this YouTube channel. It's not a popular opinion, but it's gonna always be the truth. It's gonna always be the facts. what we seen with Charlie Kirk was an intimidation factor. Mob style hit. Let's rewind the tape to the late great John F. Kennedy. After him going public and giving the speech, saying he was going against the secret societies that ruled America and the world, not too long after that, excuse me, Grassy Knoll, Dallas, Texas, pop, pop, he gone. Now, what that's saying to the next person to take his seat of power, if you get to talking out of turn, speaking against those people that you've already signed an agreement with, then this is what happens. Grassy Knoll, pop, pop. It's no different with Charlie Kirk. You know, I have my views and my opinion, but like I said, I never celebrated his death because that ain't cool. Yet, I ain't mourning either. But then I thought about it. It's kind of like, it might sound crazy, but it's kind of like Tupac. Now, for all you Tupac fans out there, I'm sorry to break your poor little heart, but he was part of them people. He signed a contract. He signed a deal with the devil, just like everybody else. He not exempt. Yet, I believe he woke up and seen what he was doing and realized, I can't sell my soul because it don't belong to me. It belongs to the Most High. Yet, I know my life will be in danger because I'm going to expose the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you are one of the ones who believe that he gone, and if you believe that he alive, hey, I ain't got no qualms in either or because he ain't put no money in my pocket. Yet, instead, when he woke up and it became Machiavelli and started going Illuminati, going against the same people who put him in power, he had to disappear. Same thing with Martin Luther King. He was on their payroll. He part of the Boule. He part of the Greek fraternity. He was down with them people. But then he had a change of heart. And I believe it was when he sat down with Malcolm. He had a change of heart and he changed that. I had a dream speech to a nightmare. He said, the dream I thought I had was really a nightmare. I ushered my people into a burning building. That's wasn't on the script. Then he tried to wake us up and tell us who we were. He said, I might not make it to that mountain. I might not make it to see that promised land. Because he knew his time was short. But he was trying to tell us before he left who we were. Who was promised the promised land? What people were promised the promised land? Had you ever heard him say that before that? It wasn't part of the script. What happened? Popped him. And some say he survived the pop and then got suffocated in a hospital room. What was that? That was to tell the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons of the world, if you go off script, this is what happened. Charlie Kirk, pro-Trump, MAGA, talk that shit, and a suspected white supremacist racist. We're not going to take that out. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to take that out. Yet, when he was going with the supremacist shit, the racist shit, the MAGA shit, he was cool, protected. And by them, well respected. Yet, when his big boss said kill that Epstein shit, we ain't releasing that shit, we ain't talking about that shit no more, he pushed to get it released. And what's so cold about it, he only pushed to get it released because that's what his captain said he was going to do when he came into office. He said he was going to put a cover off the deep state. He said he was going to expose the Epstein files and all that. Until he woke up and realized, oh, I'm on them files. I can't release them files. What I'm going to do, release them and black out my name? We all seen the birthday cards. We all know that him and Epstein was cool. We seen the pictures of them together. So how you going to release them files? So when he tell old Charlie boy, say, cut that. And Charlie boy like, nah, I stand on truth. We got to get these pedos out of here. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Pop. That's why Candace Owens was going to get that spot. Because she already talked too much. They already got it out for her. Bless her heart, bless her soul, may the Most High keep her safe. Because they got it out for her because she talked too much. So how did that? They took out Charlie Kirk for talking too much. So why would they put you in position knowing you already talk too much? No, the next person in that position is the person who's in check. He's seen what happened to Charlie. He or she, because it might be his wife, we're going to keep it real. He or she seen what happened to Charlie Kirk and knows that I got to stick to the script or it happened to me next. And if they care about their life, they're going to keep it Pete. They're going to keep it to the script. Get this is literally how they losing their life. Because the Bible says he who tries to keep his life will lose his life. You know what I'm saying? Those who care about this life, this world, this earth, their life on this earth, for those who trying to keep it and harbor it and trying to protect it and not do what they supposed to be doing, those are the ones who end up Charlie Kirk. Those who stand on truth and don't care about losing their life behind it, them is the ones who inherit the eternal life. Them is the ones who inherit it. And think about it, just on a on a basic level, think about it, because I know everybody don't believe in the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. So just on a basic level, those who stood for truth and died on that truth, they have eternal life because they're gonna be spoken out forever. It's 2025 and we still talking about Martin. We still talking about Malcolm. We still talking about Fred Hampton. We still talking about all the freedom fighters. They lost their life right now. And on the other side of time, the lighter side of things, the Europeans will be talking about Charlie Kirk for years and years from now because he lost his life supposedly for what he stood on. But it's always a plot twist. What's the plot twist, Cody? The man stood on freedom of speech. The Second Amendment and freedom of speech is what this man stood on. This is just a basic of his views. Because I just had to go back and I didn't know who he was till he got popped. Just to be for real. So I had to go back and watch all the interviews, watch all the little crazy shit he said, and that's two of his biggest stands was Second Amendment, freedom of speech. Now the same man who stood on this until death, they're using his death as a way to go against freedom of speech and the Second Amendment, everything he stood for. That's crazy, ain't it? Made him a martyr to use his name to kill exactly what he stood for. Do you see the sick, evil, twisted shit this country is about and built on? America is a mob. It's a conglomerate. It's a corporation. It's big business, baby. You thought it was a country. No, it's not a country. It's not a country. It's a big ass plantation. See, what they did was they end up, finagling, letting niggas got loose. You know, most high let niggas loose. We got freedom, in a sense. And in the process of figuring out, okay, they free, because I remember it was the year 20 something. They said if we let them free now, we'll have them all back in incarceration by this year. And they did that. They got a lot of us. You know, they got a lot of us. And they plan went. But during that plan, they thought about it. Why not get all the little people? Not just the blacks. We don't care about the Mexicans either. We don't care about the trailer park white people either. We don't care about the low class people. So let's find a way to enslave them all. And they did that. They did that. Your birth certificate is a mod notice, nigga. They get $1 million off you just when you born, because you were born as born into servitude. Let's just put it that way. You're born into servitude. Your birth certificate is $1 million note saying that within your lifetime you will put in $1 million worth of work for this country, and they use that in turn to pay other countries that they owe. Go look it up. I ain't got to do the research for you. I did the research for myself, so I'm not gonna do it for you. I say partner back there bumping if y'all heard some Espanol, because I'm with my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my people. Black, brown, I stay down. But anyways, I'm watching it all play out, man. You know what I'm saying? If any of y'all on my page, y'all seen I put it not too long ago. The world is going crazy, and I'm enjoying the show. Like, especially in this American shit, because for so long, the spotlight been on us. For so long, it's been about what we did and what we done. For so long, it's been about black on black crime. For the first time in my lifetime, white on white crime is the topic. And I seen somebody already took my idea. You know what I'm saying? The way they highlight black on black crime, we gotta start highlight white on white crime. So to anybody watching this, everybody watching this, every day, my people, black, brown, and my good European people, my good white people who on our team. Every day, I want y'all to go find a clip, a news clip, somewhere in America where a white on white crime happened and post it on your Facebook page. Let everybody know that white people is just as fucked up as everybody else, and it ain't always black people. It ain't always brown people. It ain't always people of color. Hey, you ever heard of a Korean on Korean crime? Yet, if a Korean in America lives in what they call a Korean town, like you got Chinatown, you got a little Koreatown, you know what I'm saying? They live in a little Korean population, and they slap their neighbor. 9 times out of 10, what are they gonna be slapping? Another Korean. Is that Korean on Korean? But when that's not what's gonna be reported, they gonna twist it some kind of way. A male, you know what I'm saying? Somebody in something suburbs. They're not gonna say Korean on Korean. But it's always black on black crime. So now we gotta highlight white on white crime since we just seen the biggest white on white crime happen right before our eyes. And speaking of that, believe nothing you hear is only half of what you see. Especially in 2025 when AI is taking over. The AI that they let us play with, the AI that we got on our phones, the AI that we see is the AI that they threw away and stopped using already. So the shit that they are using is so real and so good. Nigga, you gonna have to have discernment just to catch it. Like super neck theory. Once again, no disrespect to those who passed, whether I liked you or not, whether I agreed with you or not. Nobody should be smoked for what they say out their mouth, because nigga, I know I should probably be shot for half the shit I say. So I ain't never gonna condone that, because if I condone them smoking him for what he say, I'm condoning them smoking me and my people for what we say. So never that. Yet, like I said, no disrespect to the dead. This super neck theory is something serious. And oh yeah, the Charlie Kirk Protect Your Neck and the Charlie Kirk Super Neck t-shirts coming soon. I think I'm gonna sell them for $15 a pop. I'm gonna have small, medium, and large. You know what I'm saying? Unisex for everybody. Stay tuned. Um, but real talk, this man, they say he got shot in the neck and it wasn't no issue in the back of his neck because his neck muscles were so strong it stopped the bullet from going through his neck. A 30-06 bullet. A bullet that go through the necks of deer, bucks, necks, goes through. But his neck muscles were so strong that there was no exit wound. So why he didn't survive a shot if his shit was that strong? For one. For two, who is this nigga? Wolverine? Nigga had adamantium in his bones? Come on, man. Make it make sense. And if any of y'all believe in the scenarios and the narratives that they are giving y'all in the media, most high help y'all. Because y'all lost in the sauce, bro. They'll tell you anything. Remember when Prince passed away, it was 3 causes of death within 24 hours. First it was a fentanyl overdose, then it was something else, then it was pneumonia. Believe nothing you hear. Only half of what you see, that's all I'm saying, man. And to my people, and when I say my people, I mean all those people who stand for righteousness, man. Especially those who claim to believe in the Bible. Stand up, man. Don't let this Charlie Kirk situation make us hate each other or make us come against each other, because that's what they want. That's what they want. If the people was warring against each other, then who the fuck watching them and paying attention to them? Nobody. We too busy focusing on each other, man. For the black individuals, listen. That European in the suburbs, that European in the trailer park, they do not have the power to dictate or control nothing you got going on. So anything that's going on in life, society wise, it ain't their fault. It's the people in the higher ups, and the people in the higher ups Look at it. Just go watch the Senate meeting. They all in there. Go watch it. The powers that be are ran by principalities and spirits. The Bible says we war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spirits in high places. High places like the White House. High places like where Benjamin Netanyahu at. High places like that. High places like the Vatican. That's where they at. And that's what we beef it against. To my Europeans, listen, if we was going to trip with y'all about shit that y'all done been done did, y'all ancestors been did, we would have been done trip. We work with y'all, hang with y'all, eat with y'all, sleep with y'all, have babies by y'all, all kind of shit. Whether we supposed to or not, we do. We ain't tripping on none of that. We not stealing your jobs. For that matter, the immigrants not stealing your jobs. The employee who hired them is stealing your job because they feel like they can pay them lower wages. That's who's stealing your job. The higher ups who own these corporations who let these people get hired. And I ain't got nothing against no immigrants because nigga, I'm plugged in. Nigga, I know what's going on in Mexico. I could tell you about 7 unalivings that didn't happen in the last week in Mexico that you ain't heard about. That it happened right in Juarez that you ain't heard about. Because like I say, I'm plugged into the soil. Nigga, I'm plugged into my people. So I'm not mad at them for trying to get away from murder, death, and destruction and come over here and try to make a better way. But what they don't know is they live with murder, death, and destruction over here too. It's just a pretty package. While everybody beefing with each other about this side, that side, red, blue, Democrat, Republican, black, white, while everybody beefing over that shit, it's bigger shit going on, bro. We need to come together and figure out what we gonna do to keep each other safe. Because they don't give a damn about none of us. If you're not in a political position of power, they don't give a damn about you. If you're not making $1 million, $100,000 donations to them, they parties, they causes, they don't give a damn about you. Period. Yet, the individual next to your neighbor, they might care about you more than they do. And you might need your neighbor. Your neighbor gonna become closer to you as your partner is them. Because when they go down, they're going to take bunkers, and whatever happens to us happens to us. They got you thinking about Charlie Kirk. They got you thinking about aliens coming for Thanksgiving. They got you thinking about all kinds of shit, except for what they doing in these laws and these politics and all this other shit. So with that, all I'm gonna say is stay vigilant. Again, believe nothing you see. Believe, excuse me, believe nothing you hear, only half of what you see. And stay ready, man. I always say it to y'all, man. The words of score. Be be prepared. Yeah, man. But man, peace and blessings to y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.